Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Michael, and look at that. Wow. What a difference. So, Steam has banned cryptocurrency related games, while Epic Games has actually gone the exact opposite way. They welcome them. Now, if you remember from a while back, possibly you might have been in the news looking into it, but if you don't, Epic Games had some issues with Apple. Now, I think they've learned from that experience. While Steam Games, being one of the largest companies for online gaming, not the largest, but one of the largest, they have gotten a little stale. That's right, it's like that wine that you've bought, or that French bread that just isn't right because it's a day older than the expiration. So, what's going on? Steam Games is just not in with the times. Epic Games, whoa, there goes my other phone. I'm just going to hold it. Epic Games is a lot more welcoming because they themselves have gone through some terrible times with their own games in Apple. So, Epic said that they will accept games built with blockchain technology. They said specifically they're open to games that support cryptocurrency or blockchain-based assets. Epic's CEO and founder Tim Sweeney wrote on Twitter, Epic Games Store will welcome games that make use of blockchain tech provided they follow the relevant laws, disclose their terms, and are age-rated by an appropriate group. And this is normal because anything financial, well, you don't want a 5-year-old to suddenly take their parents' wallet and use their credit card for a $5,000 limit, right? You've had stories like that where you have normal games, not even crypto related, but just normal games, and you have a kid that just goes crazy with their parents' credit card, right? I've never done that. I'm sure you've never done that, but it just happens. It's the reason we have warnings all across the world and liability and all this stuff. There's always that one bad apple that ruins it for the rest of us, but yeah, as long as everything's followed to the T, Epic Games is all right with that. And there shouldn't be any problem with crypto-related games. Like, okay, yeah, some of it might use finances, some of it might actually cost money. Oh, wow, it's not like, Angry Birds or any of the other popular games from years ago. It's not like they totally wrecked wallets. So, he continued, Epic's not using crypto in our games, but we welcome innovation in the areas of technology and finance. And they said to reporters that they'd be willing to work with early developers in the world of NFTs as well. Epic Games, for those of you who aren't familiar with them, they are the creators of Fortnite. So they have created V-Bucks inside of Fortnite. And in 2019, the CEO, Tim Sweeney, confirmed that the privacy coin Monero was accidentally added to the list of acceptable payments for Fortnite. Oops, well, looks like for a short time being Monero was accepted. Now, of course, that option has since been removed, but I wonder who made that mistake. Now, Steam, on the other hand, is the biggest digital distributor of games in the PC world. Users can simply buy or upload or do whatever they want with their video games, and this has been going on for more than a decade now. Everybody's familiar with Steam. Everybody's familiar with Half-Life. Everybody's familiar with, what was that, Slayer, or the weird kid game that was kind of like a horror, whatever. Anyways, Valve, the creator, the head behind Steam, their studio didn't explain why they banned blockchain-based games, but Amy Wu, a partner at a VC firm, said that Web 2 centralized platforms get a cut of all value generated from their ecosystem. Blockchain circumvents that and decentralizes value back to builders and users. So that's most likely why Steam has decided to make this unexpected move. It's because they want more money. It's because they're greedy. It's because they don't want to give away control, even though, hey, this is where the future is going. Valve banned blockchain games from Steam yesterday. It's not surprising. It's due to the circumvention and decentralization aspect. So, certain crypto gaming developers, like the ones who created Age of Rust, have now been kicked off of Steam, and they were very quick to criticize Valve. I fundamentally believe that NFTs and blockchain games are the futures, the dev account tweeted. Now, developers that do want to publish blockchain-based games via Epic may have to wait a little bit. The developer's self-publishing features is still only in beta. That's okay, at least they're accepting of. The company is trying to position itself as a leader in the future of the blockchain and crypto gaming world. However, if a future for centralized legacy gaming marketplaces still continues to exist in whatever the next decade brings. And this is an interesting topic for me because now that we've gone through the article, I was a gamer for many years of my life. It's the reason I started YouTube. It's because like 100 YouTube channels ago, I had a channel that I was trying to get partnered with Machinima. If you remember back in the day, Machinima and TGN and all that stuff. And I loved games. There was a time where I was playing Call of Duty and Battlefield and Minecraft and all that for 12 hours a day. And then I would upload videos on YouTube and try and get monetized and all that. And that was back in, when was that? Like 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, all those years. So there was a time where I was very heavily involved in gaming, and it has changed drastically. I feel like an adult now saying that. I mean, I am an adult, but I'm turning 24 in 2-3 months. So it feels weird to say this, but honestly, it's changed. It's changed so much that I just can't relate to gaming anymore. I tried Call of Duty again over the past year, I guess. I purchased a new Xbox. I purchased a new PlayStation, and I sold them after a couple months of playing various games because I just didn't like anything. Which is weird, but I didn't like the way games were designed. First of all, the way that games were designed to just take as much money as possible from all the users to try and get an advantage, but you don't need skill anymore, because especially for Call of Duty, where they made it so if you were dominating in one match, skill-based matchmaking would just destroy you in the next, because they would do everything possible so that the noobs would continue to have decent games, so they'd continue to purchase accessories and products and merch and all that. And that is transferred to a lot of games where I don't like it. I don't like it. And I've seen how certain companies, certain big top shot developers have ruined some of the best games and game franchises of the past 2 decades. So I can easily see how Steam, which is a beloved hero for many, but others do realize what monster it really is, I can see how Steam is trying to maximize the profit, just like EA is. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, again, I'm not into games as much, but all it takes is a quick Google search to realize how greedy some of these companies are, like Electronic Arts and the absolute worst of them all. Out of everybody on the list, Activision, Blizzard, Ubisoft, Capcom, EA is just number one. They have been seriously ranked the worst gaming company in America and potentially the world, because once you put up paywalls and all this stuff, it gets very interesting. So it doesn't surprise me that Steam has decided to ban blockchain games, which isn't really that big of a niche right now. It's not a huge industry, blockchain specific games, but you have to realize that for the future, this may be very popular because cryptocurrency is growing, blockchain is growing, the use cases are growing. There's going to be a lot more developers. There's going to be a lot more games in the future. But right now, they just don't see the money in it. They weighed their consequences, the pros and cons list, and they realized it just doesn't make sense financially right now. Well, Epic Games has realized, because they have been destroyed on one end already, they understand that, you know what, sometimes you have to think a little bit further ahead. So that's my 2 cents on that. Are you guys gamers? I don't know. Has anybody even cared about the latest Call of Duty Vanguard or whatever? I got an email for it, and I could not care less. I have not even seen any trailers. I just saw that there was an email. I didn't even know the name of it until I saw that email. I was like, yeah, okay, bye. Put it into spam. So sometimes I miss those days where things were a lot simpler. The good old days of Grand Theft Auto and just having fun and no care in the world, and the good old PS2 days and Nintendo GameCube. But you know, I'm happy that there's blockchain games coming out, but it also disappoints me that there's monopolies trying to destroy gaming as it is. So that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bitcoin is still above 60K. That's good.